Hello everyone. So in this video I'm solving part C and D of question 13 2022 IES paper 1. So C part consists of 5 marks, D part consists of 6 marks. So I'll try to cover all the papers within before the exam. I'll try to solve all the answers for the same. Now show that the elasticity of demand is the same at all points on the demand curve. This is the demand function given to us. We need to show that elasticity is same throughout. So elasticity of demand is change in Q by change in P into P by Q. In this case, Q is X. So we have change in X by change in P into P by X. Now change in X by change in P is nothing but the derivative of this. So del X by del P. This is nothing but change in X by change in P, and this is minus alpha A times P to the power minus alpha minus 1. So the elasticity would become this thing into P by X. So P by X is AP minus alpha. So A cancels out. Now P minus alpha minus 1 into P. So this would become P. We have minus alpha minus 1 plus 1. So this cancels out. Denominator is, so this also cancels out. So we are left with a constant. So irrespective of what the value P and X takes, elasticity is minus alpha throughout. Okay, so this was an easy question. It won't take much of your time to solve it. Now, looking at the next part, consider the demand function of two goods x1 and x2 respectively. X1 is this, x2 is this. Now where P1 and P2 are prices of x1 and x2 respectively, determine whether the commodities are complementary or competitive. So competitive is the same thing as substitutes. Now look at this thing. This is an inverse relation, but this is a positive relation. So before solving or doing any mathematics, you should know that this suggests, a positive relation suggests that if price of x2 is rising, demand for x1 would rise. So this happens in case of substitute goods. So suppose tea and coffee are substitute, and if price of tea rises, people would demand more and more of coffee. So these are substitute goods. So we can show this as if del x1 by del p2 is greater than 0. This would mean they are substitutes. That is, if price of the second good increases, the demand for the first good is increasing. On the other hand, del x1 by del p2, if it is coming out to be less than 0, that would mean if the price of the other good increases, the demand for the concerned good is falling. This would suggest that they are complements. And if del xi by del pj is coming out to be 0, that would mean the goods I and j are not related. So solving this, okay, so before this, del x1 by del p1 is coming out to be less than 0, which means so the law of demand is satisfied in this case. This is coming out to be minus 0.7 p1 into minus 0.7 minus 1 minus 1.7 into p2 0.2. This is positive, this is positive, this is negative. So the law of demand is being satisfied. But now we are concerned, we are supposed to find whether they are complementary or not. So del x1 by del p2, this is 0.2 p1 0.7 minus 0.7 into p2 minus 0.8. this is positive, this is positive, this is also positive, so this is greater than 0. So this suggests that x1 and x2 are substitutes or complementary goods. Similarly, we can verify it with the help of this as well. Del x2 by del p1. This is 0.6, p1 into minus 0.4, p2 into minus 0.4. This is positive, this is positive, this is positive. So we can come to the same conclusion that the goods are competitive in nature. And the best way to clear an exam is to solve the past years. So if you are able to solve these past years, it is expected the next time the question would be more or less on the same pattern only. Okay, I'll solve some other questions as well in the later videos. Okay, thank you.